Hi y'all, welcome back. Unless this is your first time here. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Lori Livers. This channel is all about how I create almost completely passive income through rental properties. It's about DIY home improvement, and it's about planning and organizing because I think those are the things that make all the rest of this stuff possible. I hope that sounds interesting to you. If it does, please hit that subscribe button down below and ring the bell so that you can be notified of all the new videos coming your way. Today's video is the fourth in my BRRRR strategy series, and the BRRRR strategy is a strategy I'm using to grow my rental portfolio and create that cash flow that I'm looking for. And today's video is all about the refi, so let's get to it. One of the things I love most about the BRRRR strategy is you can really use the strategy in a way that makes the most sense for you. So the refi piece of the strategy means something a little bit different depending on how you're using the strategy to grow your portfolio. In my case, what I'm doing right now is refining from a hard money loan to a conventional loan. The hard money loan is what I use to purchase the property. And let me tell you a little bit more about what hard money is. A hard money loan is really also known as a bridge loan, and this is the type of loan you can use to purchase a property and rehab a property when the condition of the property doesn't qualify for traditional financing. In order to get a traditional loan, a conventional loan, FHA loan, whatever kind of loan you're going to get on your property, it's got to meet certain standards. It's got to meet certain conditional standards. The roof has to be in good shape. The foundation has to be in good shape. All of those things have to be ready to go. And I buy distressed properties. So a distressed property, something with deferred maintenance, is not going to qualify for a conventional mortgage at the time I purchase it. So I use a hard money loan or a bridge loan to bridge my time from the time I buy the property to the time I refi the property. So that's when I talk about refi, that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about moving out of my hard money loan and into the conventional mortgage that I'm going to carry on this property for the time that I own it. The most important thing for me in this refi process is simply having everything ready to go and keeping my schedule on track. And the way I do that is that as soon as I purchase a property and I close on it, even before my rehab has started, I reach out to my conventional mortgage broker and I let her know, hey, I've bought another property and I am expecting my rehab to be done in 4 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is. And I need to start getting ready for my conventional loan. So at this time, I give her all the details about my property. And I send her whatever docs I know she's going to need to start working on the loan. So I take out a lot of mortgages. I do this several times a year, and I kind of have a good idea of what they're going to need. So I have a folder on my computer that's already ready to go. I've got my tax returns, I've got my signed leases, I've got my bank statements. I have all those things that I know I'm going to need to be able to provide my mortgage lender to be able to get me set up with my conventional financing. Then, as soon as my rehab is done, I call my mortgage lender and I tell her, hey, I'm ready for the inspection. And she will send out an appraiser that will look at the property and make sure that the property appraises for the value that we expected it to appraise for. And she will also send out an inspector, and the inspector makes sure that the property meets all the conventional financing standards, and then we set up a closing. It really is that simple. Now, the great thing about this conventional financing closing is I don't need to bring any cash to the table. I've created the down payment or equity that I'm going to have in my loan through my rehab process. And that's why it's so important to stay on budget with my rehab, is because bringing that house up to the conventional financing standards in the rehab process, but not exceeding the amount of equity I need to have in the house when I go to close, is really key to making sure that I don't have to bring any cash to closing for my refi on my conventional loan. So we get that inspection done and we get that appraisal done and we set up a closing. And when you go to a conventional closing, you simply show up at the title company off the date and time that you have scheduled, and you sign what feels like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of documents. You just sign and sign and sign and sign and sign. The great thing about this conventional financing is that the payment is so much lower. You're on a 30-year amortization schedule, so the payment really is much lower than what the rent is for the neighborhood. And that difference between the payment and the rent and your expenses is your cash flow. And that's what I got into this for, was to create that cash flow. So this refi process is definitely not the fun part of the deal. It's really just a lot of paperwork and making sure everybody has everything they need to move you along in the process. It is critically important to get you out of that hard money loan. A hard money loan interest rate for me right now is right at about 7.9%, where a conventional financing rate for an investor right now is less than 5%. The mortgage payment on a conventional loan is considerably less than what you would find on a hard money loan, and that's what helps to create your cash flow. So that part is exciting, but the refi process, not so much. It's just something that you need to do. You get through it. Once you've done it a couple of times, it becomes second nature, and you can just go through it over and over and over again until you're ready for a different type of financing plan. Now, in the future, I will refinance all my properties into a portfolio investment type loan, cash the equity out, and use that equity cash to go buy additional properties. I look forward to sharing all of that with you when that time comes as well. It's pretty exciting. It's amazing to me how simple this process works. I hope you found something interesting about this super boring part of the BRRRR strategy, the refi, the boring part. If so, please do hit that subscribe button. If you found it just as boring as I do, then please also hit that subscribe button, ring the bell. I've got a lot of great stuff coming your way, and I can't wait to share all that with you. Thanks for stopping by, hanging out for a few minutes. We'll talk later. Bye, y'all.
I don't know that there's any way to make a video about the refi piece of the strategy super exciting. So, yeah, there. You gotta refi the property so that you get a low mortgage and make more cash flow. Now, the cash flow is exciting. At least that's the part I like. Maybe you will too. Bye, y'all.